Welcome to footballgameplan.com, where football makes sense. I'm Emery Hunt, the czar of the playbook, bring you an NFL Week 7 preview between the Houston Texans and the Tennessee Titans. Let's start with the Texans offense traveling on the road, another road game for Houston. What I like that I saw last week was a continued vertical approach by the Texans. As long as they're able to continue to stretch the football field vertically with the absence of Andre Johnson, and we still don't know right now, as it's being taped, that he doesn't return for next week. But I still like the approach, continue to go deep down the field vertically, and that just opens up a lot for the passing game. I also look at the fact that expect to see plenty of opportunities for the slants, the dig routes, those deep comeback routes. The reason being, I like the size differential in the wide receivers for the Texans and the corners of the Tennessee Titans. There's a lot of size difference in those wide receivers, big physical guys that can high point a football and also shield off a corner. So expect to see a lot of inside routes utilized this week for the Houston Texans. And defensively, the secondary cannot continue to give up the big play. They're doing a great job in short coverage, but it's the big play of in the passing game that usually plagues the secondary. They have to do a better job of eliminating the big play, and the linebackers have to meet Chris Johnson at the line of scrimmage. You can't allow him the opportunity to be back there fishing for a hole and shoot through it. Meet him at the line of scrimmage, stay aggressive, and they're going to stop the Tennessee Titans running game because they're struggling right now in getting good run fits in blocking. And you want to force Hasselbeck to get rid of the football quickly. I like Matt Hasselbeck. I like the way he's decisive with the football, but if you give him time, he will pick you apart. Make him get rid of that football quickly, and that 3-4 defense should have an opportunity to do so. Now, the Titans offense has to come in, and I want to say take 2 deep shots vertically down the field per quarter. What that is going to do is keep that Texans defense honest. They are worried right now about giving up the big play. They may overcompensate and give you a lot of things underneath. So take 2 deep shots a game just to keep that defensive secondary honest. And I would say downhill running versus a 3-4 defense. When you're running against a 3-4 defense, there's natural bubbles, and it allows the guards to get to the second level. If they can do that this week, Chris Johnson should have some success running the football as he's had against teams that run the 3-4 defense. And no mental mistakes up front, no holdings, no false starts. That is bound to happen when you face an aggressive defense like the Texans. Teams that get after the quarterback usually cause a lot of mental mistakes up front. Now you look at the defense, the linebackers versus the running game. I like what I see out of Witherspoon. I like what I see out of Barrett Ruud. I need for Akeem Ayers to step up and make some plays because those guys are playing downhill, and they have to continue to play downhill against the Texans. And when you're playing the Texans offense in that running game, someone has to shoot the gap. You can't allow the offensive line of Houston to control flow to the football. They do a great job of directing traffic. If you allow them to direct traffic without anyone disrupting that traffic, that's going to be a problem for the Titans defense. And I look at the safety matchup. Hope and Griffin have to have a huge day versus those tight ends, all 75 of them for the Houston Texans. Now let's look at some X factors. X factors for the Texans coming to this ball game are their defensive linemen. Can they continue to be in harassment up front for opposing quarterbacks? Get those hands up. Should have a lot of tip passes thanks to Matt Hasselbeck. Now the Titans X factor has to be Chris Johnson. Can he get it going? Can he get balance going? Because if not, all Houston is going to do is tee off on the quarterback, which is why I think the Texans win this ball game. I don't think the ground game will show its face this week against the Houston Texans, and they get a tough, crucial conference game because these 2 teams are very similar and they're very stout. And I like the way the Texans can stretch the field vertically and also have the balance in the running game. For more NFL previews, visit footballgameplan.com/NFL or visit our YouTube channel at youtube.com/footballgameplan. And listen to the Football Game Plan radio show, which airs Saturdays 11 a.m. Eastern Time at blogtalkradio.com/footballgameplan.